Hey everyone, my name is Lauren Martinez and I'll be going over trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy today. Trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy is a well-established, evidence-based treatment model originally developed by doctors Judith Cohen, Esther Deblinger, and Anthony Manarino to treat children and adolescents who experience sexual abuse. The treatment was initially structured as a short-term, highly focused intervention designed to reduce symptoms of PTSD, depression, and behavioral issues in children following trauma from sexual abuse. This was primarily utilized in child advocacy centers and outpatient mental health clinics across the United States. In the early 2000s, the application of trauma-focused CBT began to broaden. It expanded beyond cases of sexual abuse to include a wide range of traumatic experiences such as physical abuse, domestic violence exposure, traumatic loss, and other forms of complex trauma. In 2004, the publication of the official TF-CBT treatment manual helped standardize the intervention, offering clinicians a structured, replicable model and increasing the therapy's accessibility and credibility in the mental health field. By 2006, this was recognized as an evidence-based practice by the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, leading to broader implementation across community mental health centers, schools, and child welfare systems nationwide. As its effectiveness became more widely recognized, trauma-focused CBT was adapted for international and culturally diverse populations with modifications to accommodate language, cultural values, and trauma types while maintaining core treatment fidelity. Today, it's considered one of the most researched and widely used trauma treatments for children and adolescents. Ongoing studies and clinical applications continue to refine and improve the model. It has been endorsed by several national and international organizations, reflecting its robust empirical support, flexibility, and cultural adaptability. Trauma-focused CBT remains a cornerstone in the treatment of childhood trauma, with continual advancements contributing to its evolution and effectiveness across global contexts. Trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy is grounded in the belief that individuals, particularly children and adolescents, can recover from trauma with structured support, education, and evidence-based interventions. One of its core tenets is that thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are interconnected. By identifying and reshaping distorted or unhelpful thoughts, individuals can improve emotional regulation and behavioral responses. A central feature of this treatment is gradual controlled exposure to trauma-related memories, which helps reduce avoidance and emotional distress over time. This process enables clients to regain a sense of mastery and reduce the power traumatic memories hold over them. Caregiver participation is another foundational aspect of this treatment. Involving non-offending caregivers not only offers the child emotional support, but also strengthens parenting skills and enhances family communication, creating a more supportive and healing environment at home. Throughout therapy, clients learn essential coping skills such as relaxation, effective regulation, and cognitive coping strategies that empower them to manage stress and distressing emotions more effectively. This treatment fosters internal transformation, encouraging clients to see themselves as resilient and capable of recovery. As they construct and process their trauma narrative, they begin to let go of shame, fear, and guilt. They also develop a deeper understanding of how family dynamics, cultural values, and environmental influences their healing journey. A major goal of treatment is cognitive restructuring, challenging and reframing negative or distorted beliefs into more balanced and adaptive thoughts. This shift not only alleviates psychological symptoms, but also rebuilds a healthier, more empowered self-concept, laying a foundation for long-term emotional resilience and interpersonal trust. The nature of the counseling relationship and trauma-focused CBT is foundational to the client's healing process. It is built on trust, consistency, and collaboration, where the therapist serves not as an authority figure, but as a compassionate guide and steady partner. This relationship creates a secure and supportive environment in which the client feels emotionally safe to explore painful memories and experiences. Within this framework, the client is empowered to use their voice, express their needs, and actively participate in the therapeutic journey. This empowerment fosters a sense of agency and ownership over their healing process, which is especially critical for individuals whose trauma may have involved a loss of control or safety. The therapist plays a central role in modeling healthy boundaries, emotional regulation, and attuned responsiveness. Through their consistency, empathy, and validation, the therapist helps reestablish the client's capacity to trust others and rebuild relational security. Especially in work with children and adolescents, this modeling can help reshape how the client relates to caregivers, peers, and other significant figures in their lives. Ultimately, the counseling relationship serves not only as a vehicle for therapeutic techniques, but as a reparative experience that supports emotional growth, self-efficiency, and interpersonal healing. The original development of trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy was specifically designed with children and adolescents in mind. Doctors Judith Cohen, Esther Deblinger, and Anthony Manarino recognized the urgent need for a structured, evidence-based approach to address the psychological impact of trauma in young individuals. They believed that early intervention was critical, not only to alleviate immediate symptoms of trauma, such as anxiety, depression, and behavioral issues, but also to promote healthier, long-term development. By addressing trauma in childhood, this treatment aims to support and enhance a child's mental, emotional, and physical well-being as they grow into adulthood. The developers understood that untreated trauma in early life can have a profound and lasting impact on a person's ability to form relationships, regulate emotions, and achieve academic or occupational success. Their goal was to equip children with the tools to process their experiences, develop resilience, and improve their functioning across multiple areas of life, thereby setting a strong foundation for a more stable and successful future. The therapeutic process and goals of trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy are organized into 3 broad yet flexible phases designed to meet the individual needs of each client. These phases follow the practice acronym, which outlines the core components of the model. Practice stands for psychoeducation, relaxation skills, effective expression and regulation, cognitive coping and processing, trauma narrative development and processing, in vivo mastery of trauma reminders, conjoint child-parent sessions, and enhancing future safety and development. The first phase is stabilization and skill building, which is the preparation phase. This focuses on developing safety, trust, and emotional regulation and coping skills. The second phase is the trauma narrative and processing. This allows the clients to explore and process their traumatic experiences in a gradual and supportive way. The final phase is integration and consolidation. This helps the client find closure, reinforce learned skills, and prepare for a future enhanced with resilience. Throughout this process, a central goal is to reduce PTSD and co-occurring symptoms such as anxiety or depression, challenge the reframe unhelpful cognitive distortions, and build healthy cognitive routines to prevent relapse. Trauma-focused CBT typically spans 12 to 25 sessions, providing both the client and the non-offending caregiver with the tools necessary for long-term healing and success. There is a growing body of neuroscience research supporting the effectiveness of trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy. A 2021 study demonstrated that within just 5 months of treatment, there were significant volumetric changes in several cortical brain regions, which strongly correlated with symptom reduction and neural remodeling. This suggests that this treatment not only helps at behavioral level, but also promotes measurable structural brain changes. A 2023 study focusing on children under the age of 12 found that those who completed this treatment showed a reduction in PTSD symptoms alongside a decrease in gray matter volume, pointing to the brain's remarkable plasticity and the therapy's impact on brain development during childhood. Additionally, a 2013 study revealed that this treatment can restore connectivity between key brain regions involved in emotion and fear regulation, such as the amygdala and prefrontal cortex. This restoration is associated with a reduced physiological reactivity to trauma cues and enhanced ability to use coping skills effectively. These findings highlight the neurobiological basis of this treatment success and reinforce its role as a powerful intervention for trauma, particularly in developing brains. So that's all for trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy. Thanks for taking the time to listen to my presentation and have a great day.